I was younger, I used to go to the DeSoto Food Pantry all the time with helping with Girl Scouts, helping out with my mom. I was just there all the time, and for a while I quit going because I thought that it wasn't right for me for a while. So with this Pig Time project, it got me thinking, I should help people that aren't as privileged as I am and don't have as much as I do. Like, I can have meals 3 times a day and still have plenty of snacks for me just laying there in my pantry. I had to take several different things into consideration. One of them was knowing that people and their personal problems and everything that they normally don't share to strangers were able to be comfortable and trust me enough to come say those things to me. Something else I had to do for taking into consideration was that Contact and Food Pantry are working together for every single person that walks in there. They are guaranteed to get a huge cart full of food when they walk out of there. Along my journey through all of this, I had mainly 2 people help me. My first one was my mentor, Jan. Jan has been working there for a while, and as I was still learning things out and trying to figure things out on my own, she'd help me along the way and give me a step-by-step of what each thing that we did in each station would do. And anytime I had a little question for her or where things went, I'd ask her for some tips. Mildred, she is the one who completely owns DeSoto Food Pantry. She's been working here for a long time. And she'd mainly keep to herself majority of the time, but whenever I would get to speak to her, it was mainly of the next step of what happens after the food pantry, where it goes and who donates food every single day. And it was pretty cool, like getting to see how her brain works when you're seeing her stack the food in there. It's just amazing. If you were able to be in there and watch her and how she has it going on in her brain, it is beyond amazing. Some problems that I ran into along the way was that since I haven't been there in a long amount of time and I'm still pretty new to all of it, I didn't know where anything went. I didn't know what my place was in all of this, and I'd constantly have to ask for help along the way with different people, meeting new people, and having to figure out things that people my age don't normally do. Some surprises that happened to me during all of it, I found out that some jobs can be scarier than others, because if you work in the front, you get to meet everyone who walks in there, so you have to learn the way their voices are, or if you don't tell them the answer that they want to hear, they can get mad at you and possibly hurt you, yell at you, or anything that can happen, than saying you're working in the back with boxes and cans and meats and foods and all that. I remember at the beginning of this, because I worked in the front the very first time I ever went there. I was so confused with everything. I was feeling a little overwhelmed, and I really didn't know what to do or who to talk to for things. And my mom was working way in the back, so I couldn't go to her for help. And as over time, I could feel myself growing with people, having conversations, getting to know them, and just becoming friends with all of them. And when I got to work in the front again, I noticed the very first time that I ever worked in the front and getting to meet the same people from the people who were wanting food, and it was nice getting to see them, and they asked how I was. It was pretty amazing knowing that they still recognized me, even though it was full 8 months possibly since the last time I ever worked in the front. And it's pretty amazing that people can still remember that and know that they're like, hey, that's a familiar face that I know I'm comfortable talking to. Now that we're getting to the end of the Pig Time, if I am going to continue this Pig Time project. Personally, I would love to, and I'm going to continue. Like I said, I am enjoying getting to meet these people, getting to meet other volunteers that are taking several hours out of their day to help, just like me, every second Saturday of the month. Something I learned about this is that I should change for the better of myself, knowing that I should be thankful for the things that I have and able to afford, and knowing things that I can save myself up for and make sure I still have enough for the next time I might need something, and getting to see these other people who are barely striving, and having all of us people come together and help them each month